Welcome to an intriguing exploration of two of South Asia's most formidable military forces. Our journey today takes us into the heart of India and Pakistan, two nations whose military prowess is as diverse as it is intriguing. Born from the same soil, their military origins are intertwined, a reflection of their shared history, and yet their rivalry is as intense as ever. In both countries, the military is divided into three primary segments: the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Each plays a crucial role in safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and upholding its strategic interests. The Army, with its land-based operations, is the first line of defense. The Navy, guardian of the seas, ensures maritime security, while the Air Force, with its birds of steel, dominates the sky. These two forces, steeped in history and rivalry, provide a fascinating case study for military enthusiasts everywhere. Get ready as we delve deeper into their structures, strategies, and strengths. Moving forward, we delve into the heart of these forces, their active personnel. In the Indian military, a staggering 2,300,000 individuals serve as full-time soldiers, sailors, and airmen. This force is supplemented by a well-trained reserve of nearly 1,800,000 individuals. In contrast, Pakistan's active military personnel number at approximately 640,000, backed by a reserve force of about 550,000. These numbers, while impressive, only tell part of the story. What truly sets these forces apart is the depth of their training and the range of their qualifications. Indian military personnel undergo rigorous training in diverse terrains, from the icy Himalayas to the scorching Thar Desert. Similarly, Pakistani soldiers are trained to operate in the harsh landscapes of the Karakoram Range and the arid plains of the Punjab. The roles of these active personnel are as varied as their training. In India, they serve in everything from peacekeeping missions to counter-terrorism operations. Meanwhile, Pakistan's military personnel are heavily involved in border security and internal stability operations. In both countries, the similarities are as notable as the differences. Both forces prioritize discipline, resilience, and adaptability. They both understand the importance of readiness, the value of well-trained personnel, and the significance of their roles in maintaining regional stability. Active personnel form the backbone of any military force, and in India and Pakistan, they play a crucial role in maintaining balance in the region. Now let's turn our attention to the reserve personnel, an essential component often overlooked. In the vast machinery of military forces, reserve personnel play a crucial, albeit less visible role. These are the men and women who step in when the active forces are stretched thin. They are a nation's insurance policy against unforeseen threats, providing vital backup when it matters most. In India, the reserve forces are a formidable entity. Comprising of both the regular reserve and the territorial army, these individuals undergo rigorous training, equipping them to seamlessly integrate with the active troops in times of need. They are the silent guardians, ready to defend their country at a moment's notice. Too has its fair share of reserve personnel. Their National Guard acts as a secondary defense line, trained to support the active forces in all circumstances. They carry the same responsibilities as their Indian counterparts, providing essential backup during crisis situations. Speaking, both India and Pakistan place a high value on their reserve forces. The training imparted, the responsibilities bestowed, and the roles they play in their respective military forces are strikingly similar. However, the sheer size of India's reserve forces dwarfs that of Pakistan. This numerical advantage provides India with a broader pool of trained personnel ready to step in whenever required, potentially tipping the scales in a conflict scenario. Reserve forces, although not in the limelight, are an indispensable part of a country's defense system. Now we approach the heart of our journey, a comparative analysis of the armory, military devices, and financial resources of India and Pakistan's military forces. Let's kick things off with armament. Both India and Pakistan boast a wide spectrum of weaponry in their military store. India demonstrates a significant advantage when it comes to conventional weaponry, showcasing about 2,102 combat aircraft, 4,184 combat tanks, and 295 naval assets. Conversely, Pakistan, even with fewer conventional weapons, approximately 1,281 aircraft, 2,182 tanks, and 231 naval assets, has strategically concentrated its efforts on amplifying its missile systems. This emphasis on ballistic missile technology forms a vital part of Pakistan's defense strategy, serving as a counterweight to India's conventional supremacy. Venturing into the sphere of military equipment, the two nations employ a blend of locally made and foreign technology. India has been channeling vast resources into modernizing its military equipment, with an emphasis on fostering indigenous technology like the Tejas fighter aircraft and Arjun tanks. In stark contrast, Pakistan has traditionally leaned more heavily on imports, predominantly from allies like China and the United States. However, of late, Pakistan too is pivoting towards nurturing its own military tech, such as the JF-17 Thunderfighter aircraft. Now we've arrived at the pivotal point: the defense budgets. India's defense budget is significantly larger than Pakistan's, accounting for 2.4% of its GDP, reflecting its larger economic capacity and international aspirations. This more extensive budget empowers India to invest more in rejuvenating its forces and pioneering new technologies. Conversely, Pakistan, with a defense budget that's roughly 3.6% of its GDP, has to strategize wisely about where to channel its resources. Despite these financial limitations, Pakistan has succeeded in preserving a formidable deterrent against potential threats. However, it's paramount to bear in mind that raw data only narrate part of the narrative. The efficiency of a military force hinges not only on the volume of its weaponry or the magnitude of its budget, but also on elements like training, strategy, and morale. In these dimensions, both India and Pakistan have demonstrated their prowess. These concrete figures paint a vivid portrait of the military prowess of India and Pakistan. As we wrap up, it's important to reflect on what these comparisons mean. The military strengths of India and Pakistan, as we've explored, are not just numerals on a page, but a reflection of the strategic priorities, economic realities, and political contexts of these two nations. Their military capabilities, from active personnel to reserve forces, from advanced weaponry to budget allocations, all contribute to a larger picture of regional and global security. The balance of power in South Asia, the dynamics of global diplomacy, and the strategies of international alliances, all are influenced by these factors. These comparisons are not meant to pit one against the other, but to provide a nuanced understanding of the intricate web of military power. As military enthusiasts, understanding these dynamics not only enriches our knowledge but also helps us grasp the complexities of global security. Next time, keep exploring and stay curious.